So, it appears that the Cry tour from Jordan Peterson is still ongoing. Now, this moment that was caught in human history on 4K was sent to me by the lovely chat user Rielon, who really wanted to know my opinion. Jordan Peterson, he's been going on a Cry tour for a while. Really, I think since the start of this year, since his like weird benzo addiction rehab thing, he's come back and he goes on every podcast and cries. He just cries. He goes on Andy No's podcast, he cries. He goes on fucking Ben Shapiro's podcast, he cries. He goes on fucking Dave Rubin. Did he go on Dave Rubin's this time? I think he did. I don't know. He's crying on every show. So he goes on Piers Morgan's program. And needless to say, he started crying. Let's watch.
I'll ask you just quickly, the film director Olivia Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel.
I love that, by the way. It's based on you, comma, this insane man. Like, I just want to listen to that again. Okay.
Wilde has a new movie out, which she says is based on you, this insane man, this pseudo-intellectual hero to the incel community. Incel being these weirdo loner men. Who are despicable in many ways. Is that you? Are you the intellectual hero to these people?
Sure. Why not? People have been after me for a long time because I've been speaking to disaffected young men. What a terrible thing to do that is. I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God,
Okay. So he is losing it. Okay, you could tell he is losing it. You could tell. Okay. All right. So much here in the first 30 seconds, and yet there's so much here. Okay. So first of all, I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice. I agree. I think it's totally cool to help any marginalized person, deal with what's going on, give them a platform. I agree with that. But guess what? That's not what Jordan Peterson does. Jordan Peterson wrote a book about how this is all your fault, clean your room, kid. And now he's like, they say God, it's so rough. Motherfucker, haven't you had a book out for like 5 years? These motherfuckers got to read your book by now. But anyway, like, how are you going to say, I thought marginalized people should have a voice? Now, obviously, he's parroting, like, leftist terminology here. Like, he's not giving any marginalized person any kind of a voice, right? But he's pretending that, like, oh, I'm helping, like, the young white men. But, like, okay, can you help them without comparing women to, like, lobsters? Like, can you help them without, like, calling every woman on a magazine cover a fatty? Right? Like, I don't understand, like, this idea, like, that he's helping anybody. Like, who is he helping? Like, honestly, like, who has had their lives improved in any fashion by Jordan Peterson? Because they need their heads examined. But anyway, so he's, like, barely keeping it together. And then Piers Morgan is like, oh, shit, you're getting emotional. And then he breaks down. So let's watch.
I thought the marginalized were supposed to have a voice.
It's making you emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God,
Oh, the multiple camera angles. I love that it's professionally produced. Okay. So then, like, the guy who's at the production desk or whatever, like, he's got, the little sliders and he's got, like, the cameras. And so the guy in the background, the producer, is like, oh, fuck, here we go. Get that second camera. Zoom in. All right. Excellent. You can see the tears glistening. All right, check this out.
Emotional. Talk about that.
Well, God, It's very difficult to understand how demoralized people are. And certainly many young men are in that category. And you get these casual insults, these incels. What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man.
What? What? That's your, like, gift, man. What? What? I'm sorry.
What does it mean? It's like, well, these men, they don't know how to make themselves attractive to women who are very picky, and good for them. Women, like, be picky. That's your gift, man. Demand high standards from your men. Fair enough. But all these men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
When she said,
like, you could take this part out and just talk about, like, I don't know, transgender men that you have used your platform with millions of followers to hound and harass. Right, check this out.
These men who are alienated, it's like they're lonesome and they don't know what to do, and everyone piles abuse on them.
Yeah! You don't say! Oh, really? So now all of a sudden, alienating minorities is a huge problem when it's the incel community. Alienating minorities, huge problem. When it's the transgender community, oh, fuck them. Fuck them. Let's dogpile. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you, tranny. Yeah, like that's great. When it's the incels, it's, oh, the precious incels. Oh, my God. Oh, look, they're so cute. The incels is what I do. Like, I mean, hi, Max. I mean, like, come the fuck on, man.
when she said that, Olivia Wilde, it stung you, didn't it? I saw the
Oh,
reaction.
by that time, you know,
Here we go.
as far as critiques go, that was kind of low level. I mean, once I got painted as Red Skull, you know, magical super Nazi, that was kind of the end of the insults. There's no place past that. So when Olivia Wilde made those comments, the first thing I did was go look at the preview for a movie, which I quite liked. I thought I would go see that movie probably, and perhaps I will. It didn't really bother me. My family and I talked about it right away, and we were able to respond to it with some degree of humor, which then people completely misunderstood. I said I hope that, you know, that if I had to be played by someone, I think Chris Wilde, is that, he's a very good-looking man, and so that seems all right, you know. And then
He's a very good-looking man. I mean, here we have Jordan Peterson rating other men on how good-looking they are. So that's interesting. There's maybe a little bit of bubbling going on. But again, you know, obviously, right? If you're an incel and you sincerely like your main life goal, you just need to fuck someone. That's your main life goal, and you can't think about anything else. Should someone be available to help you with that? Sure. Why not? But the problem is that incels, right, and like lonely virgins are an extremely easily manipulated group of people. And that's just unfortunately the reality, is that these people are lonely and easily manipulated and will take any possible route to justifying their behavior. Oh, it's not me that's the problem. It's that all the women are picky. It's not me that's the problem, etc. Right? And so these people are basically a fertile ground for snake oil salesmen. Look at like this Andrew Tate character, right? Look at Jordan Peterson. Right, you write a book about cleaning your room. You know, I clean my room, Jordan, and I still can't get laid. What's the deal, man? Right? So again, and then we make this like weird societal standard. Like, oh, if you're a virgin, you're a loser. And then as soon as you get laid, something magical happens. I mean, I wish. Now again, getting laid, pretty fucking fun. I'm not gonna lie. But is it a magical experience that makes me a better person? Not really. But it's pretty fucking fun. That being said, again, someone like who's obsessed with this, they're obsessed, you know, like they're fucking, you know, 25 years old, they can't get any, they're obsessed, they're looking for answers. And then here comes Jordan Peterson with this fake crybaby bullshit about how, oh, the world's not designed for you, you're the marginalized. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. It seems to me like the inceldom, right? And now there's people that are lonely virgins that aren't incels per se, right? Incel is more of a derogatory term for the more extreme portions of these people. You can be a lonely virgin and be totally chill. You can, you know, be the coolest motherfucker in the world, right? And it just hasn't happened yet. And you know what? That sucks for you, but, you know, at least you don't want to kill women, you know, go on mass shooting sprees, right? But again, the point here is that these people, society has put them in a box, like, where everyone tells them in order to be a normal person, in order to be like an upstanding member of society, you need to have sex, right? And they can't figure out how to do it because of whatever issues, right? And then they turn instead to blame the world. It's not my fault. I don't have to fix anything with my personality. No. Right? But like, again, that's the thing, is the fertile ground. Like, these people are so easily manipulated. You know what? I love the idea of having like a fucking lonely virgin workshop class. Like, you come into class and we teach you, how to be a normal person. Do you have anything you like? Like, maybe find a hobby, right? Maybe like, here's how, okay, you have a hobby now, and here's how you can go to like a social gathering based around this hobby. Here's how you meet people. Maybe do like practice conversations, like Nathan Fielder's The Rehearsal. You ever see it on HBO Max? You got to watch The Rehearsal. You know what? That's fine. I have no problem with that. In fact, I would spearhead these workshops. I will single-handedly teach every virgin how to get laid. I will tell you this right now. All you have to do is ask, okay? But anyway, like, the problem is you have all these fucking crazy monsters that are just taking advantage of them and warping their brains into becoming like weird fucking like, oh, it's the women, and then it's the bone size and the facial structure, and I'll never get laid because my chin is weird. And it's like, what the fuck, bro? Like, chill the fuck out. Like, they just like get pushed into this like realm where they dehumanize everyone else, and it's just like, it's sad. Anyway, speaking of sad, let's go back.
And
here.
I said something like, I hope he gets my fashion style choice right when he plays me. And it was a joke. All that was a joke.
I mean, you've been so controlled today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
Piers Morgan is not letting it go. So anyway, you cried live on camera. Can you tell us more about why you cried live on camera? So, okay.
It's really something to see.
That's like me when I'm stoned. Like, this is me when I like take a fat dab. Okay, so I put the bong down and wait for it.
It's really something to see. Constantly.
I'm sorry. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna do this again. Okay. So you just cried live on camera. Can you tell us more about why you cried live on camera, please?
All today, and yet in that brief moment, you got very emotional. Why?
It's really something to see. Constantly. How many people are dying for lack of an encouraging word?
And that's it. And that's it. Advertisement. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? All right, let's get a good frame up here. Yeah, there we go. Let's get that second camera. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. Jesus fucking Christ. That is good. That is an all-time banger. Like, that's me when, like, the fucking shrooms hit, like I'm in the middle of a conversation and then I'm just like... like, that's like, what the fuck, man? This guy is on drugs. Anyway, that's Jordan Peterson crying live on stream, live on camera, live on television, crying like a baby. But again, like, the main thing here is, like, yes, incels are easily manipulated. That is an easily manipulated group of people, and they get manipulated in such a way that they start to blame everyone else, and like, women are like subhuman. Women are like not like, they're not like as real humans as us lonely virgins. And you know what? Like, that shit's dangerous. That's dangerous. Like, again, in a lonely virgin easily manipulated motherfucker. You can convince them anything. Like, you can literally just, like, put anything in their brains and they're going to believe you. Why? Because they're a lonely fucking virgin. Now, again, not all virgins are like this. Just, you know, not all, you know, I'm just saying. But, like, the group here that's being described, the incel group, that group specifically, like, they're the lonely virgin, and literally the only thing they can ever think about, they can't enjoy anything in life. The only thing they can think about is how sad and pathetic they are because they can't get laid, right? You can literally tell them anything and they'll believe it. And that's what Jordan Peterson does. He tells them to clean your room, then you'll get laid, and then they do, and then they don't. And it's like, what the fuck? Well, it must be the women that are the problem. They're dancing lobsters and they're so evil, or whatever the fuck this guy says. But I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how anyone can look up to this guy. Like, again, and you can take any of these quotes. Oh, I thought fighting for the marginalized. Oh, why are we dogpiling? Why are we alienating these people? This motherfucker literally went on a temper tantrum for the last 3 or 4 months about how much he hates transgender people, and now he's crying about alienation? Now he's crying about dogpiling? Jesus fucking Christ. So, anyway, pretty embarrassing. Sad. I will say that much. Sad?
What rules, you sons of bitches?